Another day, another Ubisoft disaster. Disaster is a strong word, but I'm calling it a disaster because why not? So, if you haven't seen my other video, or if you haven't heard about what's going on, Ubisoft has been accused of racism and also a whole bunch of historical inaccuracies with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now the drama continues. Now that it's been found out that Ubisoft has actually stolen flags from a volunteer group in Japan and used it in the game without crediting them. So this broke. It was just a tiny little still image that people picked up on after the whole petition to cancel Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is still going on, by the way. So if you want to sign that, go ahead. I'll leave a link in the description down below. People are going to go through the trailer and they're going to go through the game with a fine-tooth comb. It's really important to remember as we're talking about these things, particularly with historical inaccuracies, that this is the same company that did such an incredible recreation of Notre Dame Cathedral that when it burnt down, they were able to rebuild it with the video game Assassin's Creed Unity. So when Ubisoft is making all these really small mistakes, again, go watch my other video if you haven't, don't know what they've done. I can see why it'd be insulting, incredibly insulting, but let's get into it. Ubisoft has apologized after using a Japanese historical reenactment group's flag in concept art for Assassin's Creed Shadows without permission. As reported by Siliconia, and we're going to get into the article as well, Ubisoft Japan issued an apology on Twitter and admitted it used the flag in 2 pieces of art without permission. It also claimed to have apologized to the flag's owner, Sekigahara Tepu Tai, a historical reenactment group made up of volunteers who perform to the public at festivals and other events. Well done, Ubisoft. Honestly, this is my main concern about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Mostly, well, for starters, I'm not excited for the game. Not because of any historical inaccuracies or anything like that. It's just that I've played a better version of this game, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know how Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to beat the experience I got in Ghosts of Tsushima, which gave the perfect Assassin's Creed Japan experience. Far more authentic than this seems to be shaping up to be. None of that bloat that Ubisoft has. The only reason I could see anybody wanting to play this if they haven't got a chance to play as Ghost of Tsushima is if they really enjoy that RPG loot aspect of the whole thing. So outside of that, or you really want to meet Oda Nobunaga in a video game form. I mean, go play Neo 2 in that sense, kind of. Like, it's the same thing. Either way, the point is, this isn't a game I'm excited for. So seeing all this is making me less excited and far more skeptical about the quality going on. And we're not talking about visual fidelity or graphics or anything like that, but just how much effort has been put into making this as accurate as possible, an accurate depiction of feudal Japan. Considering they didn't have any Japanese experts on board to guide them through the design process. So that says everything you need to know. But anyway, let's continue with the article. Enough ranting. But now, eagle-eyed fans noticed the identical recreation of the flag, which can be seen below, in a piece of concept art for the Japan set Assassin's Creed, released alongside its full reveal. It was raised to a leading member of the Sekigahara Tepu Tai, Twitter user Matchlock Kage, who posted a photo of the real flag taken on October 27th, 2019, and expressed concern and being used by Ubisoft without permission. So have a quick look. So this is the promotional artwork for Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is the flag in question. Again, handy red circle. Gotta love them. There we go. Zoomed in shot. And this is the real life flag by Sekigahara Tepu Tai. Pretty much identical. Like it's the flag. If you don't think it's a flag, Ubisoft, shock horror, they've come out and apologized. But there's a but to that. Ubisoft has now apologized for using the flag, however, and said it will no longer use associated artwork with one exception. The presumably already printed physical art book featured in the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ubisoft has said it strived to make the world of Assassin's Creed Shadows as authentic as possible. As we've discussed in my last video, again, I'll put that at the end of this, they have done really a piss poor job of that so far, just down to basic architecture of the time. You have a look at the architecture of traditional Japanese homes, the first thing you're going to notice is a lower ceiling. You have a look at Ubisoft's supposed war room for Oda Nobunaga, and it looks like a gym, high school gym. So to say that they're authentic as possible, so far they've failed that. And worst of all, still, they're still going to use the artwork. No idea if they're going to compensate this. This is a group made of volunteers. So they're going to use it. They're going to get money for it. At least you could do is give them some money. That would be a good PR move, even if you don't mean it. That is a way you could win over some fans. So I'm very interested to see what this game releases to in Japan, how the ratings are going to be, what the scores are going to be. I feel like it's got to go down in flames. But this is the actual article, the original article over at Siliconia. As you can see, it's really just going over the same stuff. Ubisoft Japan issued an apology regarding the unauthorized use of a flag in the concept art. Upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows. The company used a real flag from Sekigahara Reenactment Group in concept art for the latest title in the Assassin's Creed series. The flag in question belongs to Sekigahara. Yep. Ubisoft also said it directly contacted the Reenactment Group and apologized to its members. The own Sekigahara Teputai confirmed via Twitter that they have been approached by the company with an apology on July 3rd, 2024, and it reiterated that the already printed data showing the flag would be difficult to eliminate. Of course, I get that. You're not going to be able to pull all that artwork out now when everything's been printed. Compensate them. Do something. Give them some money. It may be a token gesture. You don't have to give them much. Give them a tiny amount compared to them absolute millions are going to make off this game, because it will make money at the end of the day. It won't get cancelled, unfortunately. That would send a message, but it won't. Give them a little bit of money, save some face. It's going to look really good for Ubisoft, and a lot of people are going to forget about this. But now, Assassin's Creed Shadows has got off to one of the worst starts I think a game has, really, recently. And when I say worse, I mean controversial. I'm not talking about your microtransaction. I'm not talking about graphics or anything like that. When you're basing a game in a very, very historical, very important era in a nation's history, you need to make sure you get that stuff right, especially Japan, because Japan and Japanese culture is so popular in the West as well. I'm not going to use the word weeboo. I just did, but I won't. People are fascinated by Japanese culture, and people will know a lot about it. So when you're going to do these type of things, you have to expect blowback from this. I mean, honestly, I don't know what goes on in some game companies. What do they think the gaming space is? Unfortunately, you know, when you have things like COD and stuff like that, people eat anything. But so I guess that's the answer. The point is, I hope that Ubisoft does something good and compensates the volunteer group. Do something, even if it's hollow. Most people won't know, but they deserve it. Let me know what you think. Are you going to play Assassin's Creed Shadow or not? Until next time, we'll see you later. Dum 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 dum. Do 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 do. Da da dum dum da dum dum. Do da 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 da. Do 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 do. Do 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 dum 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 do 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 dum 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 do 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 da da dum dum da dum dum.